Hi, today's story is called All the Places to Love. This is completely one of my absolutely favorite stories, and it highlights all the different places that people like, their favorite places that they love to be outside, mostly indoors, but mostly outside. And so what I've done is I've chosen this fantastic area outside that's actually really close to my backyard, and I just love it. It's amongst the trees. I'll just move a bit here and you can see that it's on this moss, this fantastic maple tree, this beautiful, beautiful moss that I love. And I'm just going to have a comfy seat here in this moss, and I'm going to read you this story. It's called All the Places to Love. It's by Patricia MacLachlan and paintings by Wimmer. See this lovely picture on the front of these two beautiful little children. There's lots of fantastic pictures in here. On the day that I was born, my grandmother wrapped me in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep. Not special. Look at that. She actually must have shorn the sheep, carded the wool, washed it, spun it, and then wove it. That's a beautiful job. She held me up to the open window so that what I heard first was the wind. What I saw were all the places to love. The valley, the river falling down over rocks, the hilltops where the blueberries grew. Okay, lots of little pictures here. Look at this beautiful little one looking out the window. And there's the grandmother holding baby, and the mother in the bed with a beautiful quilt that someone must have made. My grandfather was painting the barn, and when he heard me cry, he carved my name, Eli, E-L-I, on the rafter beside his name, and grandmother's name, and the names of my mama and papa. Here you go. Here's the can of paint he was using. And there he is. Can you see where it says Eli on the barn? Inside the barn with all the hay in the background. Mama carried me on her shoulders before I could walk. Through the meadows and hayfields, the cows watched us, and the sheep scattered. The dogs ran ahead, looking back with sly smiles. When the grass was high, only their tails showed. Look at this. Somebody's collecting some beautiful flowers there, some wildflowers, and wrapping them up. And there they are, up on the hillside. Look at all those beautiful wildflowers and the dog and the little boy, Eli, on his mother's shoulders. When I was older, Papa and I plowed the fields. Where else is soil so sweet, he said. Once Papa and I laid down in the field, holding hands. And the birds surrounded us, raucous, black, grackles, redwings, crows in the dirt that swaggered like pirates. When we left, Papa put a handful of dirt in his pocket, and I did too. There they are. Look at those crows there out in the field. And there's Papa and Eli with the horse and the plow. Isn't that a beautiful picture there? All right. I'm going to say that a lot because I love all these pictures. My grandmother loved the river best of all the places to love. That sound like a whisper, she said, gathering in pools where trout flashed like jewels in the sunlight. I'm just going to show you that first. There's the trout flashing like jewels in the sunlight. Grandmother sailed little bark boats downriver to me with messages. I love you, Eli, one said. Look at this great one. There's the grandmother with a little bark boat with I love you, Eli. There she goes, pushing it down the stream. We jumped from rock to rock to rock, across the river to where the woods began, where bunchberry grew under the pine needle path, and trillium bloomed. And under the beech tree was a soft, rounded bed where a deer had slept. The bed was warm when I touched it. There's the nice little bed where the bunchberries over there and the trilliums and a nice, soft, warm bed. Anyway, there they are, jumping from rock to rock to rock across the stream. When spring rains came and the meadow turned to marsh, cattails stood like guards, and killdeer called, ducks nested by marsh marigolds, and the old turtle, his shell all worn, no matter how slow, still surprised me. Look at that. Here's the killdeer. Picture of the killdeer. And there's the old turtle. Look at that. And it's raining, of course, he has to have his raincoat on. Sometimes we climb to the place Mama loved best, with our blueberry buckets and a chair for my grandmother, to the blueberry barren where no trees grew. Well, guess what else grew there? I think blueberries, right? The sky an arm's length away, where marsh hawks skimmed over the land and bears came to eat fruit. They also like blueberries. And wild turkeys left footprints for us to find, like messages. Where else, said my mama, can I see the sunrise on one side and the sunset on the other side? There's a basket of blueberries. Look at that. Doesn't that look nummy? Oh, there they are, carrying the chair up for Grandma. Mama's favorite place. Beautiful. My grandfather's barn is sweet-smelling and dark and cool. Leather harnesses hang like paintings against old wood, and hay dust floats like gold in the air. Like that. Grandfather once lived in the city, and he once lived by the sea. But the barn is the place he loves most. Where else, he says, can the soft sound of cows chewing make all the difference in the world? Now I'm going to show you this first. There's the cows chewing in the barn. But look at this special little thing, this little picture. Little mice. Look at those snuggling into that harness. Oh, did you see this on this other page down here? Did you see the cat? The cat's licking from the bucket. So many great pictures. Today we wait. Him sitting on a wooden slat chair, that's his grandfather, and me on the hay. Okay, I'll just show you that picture first so you get the idea what's going on. There you are, sitting there, waiting for something. What are they waiting for? Until much later, my grandmother holds up a small bundle in the open window, wrapped in a blanket made from the wool from her sheep, and my grandfather cries. Of course he does. Why not? Together we carve the name Sylvie, Sylvie, in the rafter, beside the names of my grandfather and grandmother and my mom and my papa and me. And my sister is born. There they are, carving the names in the rafters, just like they did when Eli was born, right? And there's all the names, Eli and Sylvie. All right. Someday I might live in the city. Someday I might live by the sea. But soon I will carry Sylvie on my shoulders through the fields. I will send her messages downriver in small boats, and I will watch her at the top of the hill, trying to touch the sky. I will show her my favorite place, the marsh, where ducklings follow their mother like tiny bundles of leaves. There's the little ducklings. Can you see them? Look at that. Let's see, springtime, right? And there they are looking at the new baby, Sylvie. Yeah. Oh, this is such a beautiful spread of picture. Look at that. Them all looking down the hill, over into the farmland, into those rolling hills in the background. Of all the places to love, all the places to love are here, I'll tell her, no matter where you may live. Where else, I will say, does an old turtle crossing the path make all the difference in the world? Let me show you that picture. Here you are. Look at that turtle crossing the path. What a sweet brother, holding his little sister's hand, and off they go. There you are. That's all the places to love, and I hope you like that as much as I do. And forgive me for the little bit of tears. I'm just like the grandfather in this story who cried when the kids were born. I can't help myself. All right, bye for now.